during the first weeks following their arrival and move into Livadia. The imperial family was absorbed by the preparations for a charity bazaar to benefit the poor of the city of Yalta and its suburbs. The empress often went to the aid of the poor and the sick. However, she never had in her entourage a woman capable of helping her realize all of her grand projects, much less a woman of general usefulness to her. She tried very much to find one, but she never found among those near to her the collaborators she dreamed of. The empress had even complained to one of her entourages of the impossibility she was having to find an assistant who was reliable, useful and expert. The Grand Duchesses and the Maidens of Honor helped the empress with her preparations for the bazaar, and they often called on the cooperation of the officers of the standard. They made packets, they glued, nailed and arranged the many various objects which were going to be sold under the eye of the empress. The bazaar opened September 25 in the new boys' gymnasium building. In the large hall was an immense semicircular table. This was Her Majesty's counter. Behind the table was the empress, all the Grand Duchesses and the daughter of Grand Duke George Mikhailovich. They were assisted by the Maidens of Honor, the suite and the officers. A myriad of magnificent objects had been put out. Many of the things had been created by the empress herself. Cushions, sachets, lampshades, boxes, frames. On many of them were the portraits of members of the imperial family, and above all that of the Tsarevich, who also made his appearance from time to time behind the table. Quite near to this table was that of Grand Duchess Militsa Nikolaevna, the wife of Marshal of the Nobility Popov, Princess M.V. Baryutinskaya, me. Didayulin, the wives of the officers of the Navy of Sebastopol, with me. Bostrom at its head. They had prepared a great lottery. Princess Trubetskaya, wife of the commandant of the imperial escort, friendly and pretty, offered tickets. Display tables bent under the weight of the lots. The walls were covered with rugs, and paintings by masters. Many objects had been brought by Grand Duke Nicholas Mikhailovich, with others having been offered by the merchants of Yalta. Beautiful art vases, from the imperial porcelain manufacture, formed the principal lot and were the main attraction of the lottery. The Grand Duchesses never stopped going to the lottery, curious to know who were the winners of which lot and the objects which were won by who. Here the ambiance was very simple, very happy, dominated by a sort of chance. The order was given to admit everyone to the bazaar. Waves of people from all stations did not cease to flow in. The elegant world, dressed in the latest fashions, to the simple women poorly dressed. Each and every one wanted to see the emperor, the empress, their children, and to stay for a few moments near them, and to receive from their hand some trinket, to buy an object made by them. It was thus that they were all around the great center table. Although the empress was ill, she made efforts to overcome her illness and to be friendly, even charming. The Grand Duchesses tended to the objects happily. They signed their names to postcards, which was quite a success. Many peasants could not hold back their tears. The emperor watched the passers-by, saluted, and wore a friendly and enthusiastic smile. Despite the apparent simplicity, the bazaar proved to be of no small confusion to my detachment. It lasted 3 days. The receipts had been fabulous. The money was put under the personal control of the empress. The bazaar served to inaugurate the season of the worldly life of their majesties. It was followed by a series of children's balls organized by the intentions of the Grand Duchesses.